Right now in so-called Israel, very interesting developments are occurring that we should be aware of and be spiritually prepared for. These are definitely apocalyptic times. Allah and His Messenger have spoken the truth. These are times in which deception is everywhere, shaitan is everywhere. The Prophet ﷺ spoke of these times. He's reported to have said that there will never be a more grievous fitna on this earth since the creation of mankind than the fitna of the impostor Messiah. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not raise a prophet, except that that prophet warned his ummah about the impostor Messiah, al-Masih Dajjal. It is the most evil of tribulations. The first major sign of the end times after the descent of the true Messiah is the emergence of the false Messiah. Even before the coming of the impostor Messiah, the Prophet ﷺ informed us of the coming of 30 lesser Dajjals, all claiming to be prophets and all of them liars. Right now, in so-called Israel, the top rabbis, the most respected rabbinical authorities in the world, are claiming that their long-awaited King Messiah has finally arrived. Top rabbis are claiming that they are in secret council with him. This is happening right now. Now, this can be yet another false alarm. There have been many messianic claimants in the past. There was a messianic claimant in 17th century Turkey who convinced Jews from all over the world that he was the Messiah, and he ended up converting to Islam. In addition to this, there are 5 blemish-free 1-year-old red heifers recently arrived in so-called Israel from a ranch in Texas. Blemish-free red heifers mean completely red, not a single black or white hair, and never having been yoked before. What is the significance of the blemish-free red heifer? The blemish-free red heifer, by the way, is the namesake of the second surah of the Quran, Al-Baqarah. بقرة لا ذلول تثير الأرض ولا تسقي الحرث مسلمة لا شية فيها. According to Jewish belief, there have been 9 previous perfect red heifer sacrifices in Jewish history. The last one was sacrificed over 2,000 years ago, but then the temple was destroyed by the Romans in 70 of the Common Era. According to the Talmud, the water that the priests, the Kohanim of the temple, use for their temple rituals must be purified by the ashes of a 2-year-old blemish-free red heifer. The ashes of one red heifer can last for hundreds of years. So there are currently 5 perfect red heifers in so-called Israel, and they are all 1-year-old. If one of them makes it to 2 years old and is still perfect, then this 10th red heifer in their history will be sacrificed by their King Messiah. And after that, the temple and priesthood can be re-established in Palestine, and they will push hard to do that. In other words, it is very likely that Israel will announce that their Messiah has arrived. Allahu Alam. Now we know that this person, should he emerge, is not the true Messiah. He may not be the Dajjal either. Maybe he's just another false messianic pretender or a forerunner of the Dajjal. The point is, he's not the true Messiah. Who is the true Messiah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, يا مريم إن الله يبشرك بكلمات منه اسمه المسيح عيسى ابن مريم وجيها في الدنيا والآخرة ومن المقربين. Behold, the angel said, O Mary, indeed, Allah gives you glad tidings of a word from him. He shall be called the Messiah, Jesus, the son of Mary, honorable in this world and in the hereafter among those nearest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We know exactly how Isa alayhi salam will make his return to the earth. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam explained this to us. He said, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, there is no prophet between him and me, meaning Isa alayhi salam. He will descend to the earth. When you see him, he will be a man of medium height, of a ruddy complexion, wearing 2 light yellow garments, looking as if drops of water were falling down from his head, even though it is not wet. He will fight the people for the cause of Islam. He will break the cross, meaning he will repudiate the belief that he was killed and that he died as a sin atonement. He will affirm the sacred Sharia. He will abolish the jizya. Diplomacy will fail, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make all religions perish except Islam during that time. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Isa alayhi salam will destroy the Antichrist, the impostor of Messiah. Then he will live on the earth for 40 years, and then he will die, and the Muslims will pray over him. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam also described the impostor Messiah so that we might recognize him as well and not be deceived. He said, "Shall I tell you something about the Dajjal that no other prophet told his nation? He is one-eyed." He also said that the Dajjal will bring with him the likeness of paradise and hell, and what he will call paradise will actually be hell. The message of the impostor Messiah only focuses on what is in front of us, the dunya. Here's literally the opposite of Isa alayhi salam, who said, "The similitude of this world is like a man lost at sea who takes hand over fist of seawater into his mouth. The more he drinks, the thirstier he gets, and eventually dies from it." Dajjal teaches humanity that their Jannat is this world, and that there is nothing beyond this world. He teaches them to engage their shahwat. If we are not vigilant, the fumes of the culture of the impostor Messiah and his minions will insidiously choke us and our children out of Islam. This is not a joke. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us to display ithbat, firmness and resoluteness in the face of the impostor Messiah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, إذا لقيتم فئة فاثبتوا واذكروا الله كثيرا لعلكم تفلحون." O you who believe, when you meet a force, be firm, be resolute, and remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with much remembrance in order for you to prosper. وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ, obey Allah and His Messenger. وَلَا تَنَازَعُوا فَتَفْشَلُوا وَتَذْهَبَ رِيحُكُمْ, and do not be divided, lest you fail and your power and confidence depart from you. وَاصْبِرُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَ الصَّابِرِينَ, and be patient, for Allah is with the patient.